Hello, people. How are we all? This beautiful evening. For me, it's evening. I always feel like I'm forgetting things. It's usually because I am. Sorry for any excessive belching. I scarfed a bunch of food down like 30 minutes ago, so. Wait for a few more people to jump in, and we will get started for the evening. I'm really excited about what we're doing. Really excited. I've been quite amped. And the next stream, I'm going to be amped for that too. Not that I'm ever not amped to stream, because it's usually a fun time. But this stream and any streams within the next, I don't know, month or two, I'm going to be really amped to do. Because it's something I've been looking forward to. Again, it sounds really bad because it sounds like I don't look forward to it. I do look forward to it regularly. I'm just going to stop talking now and tell you guys I'm amped for tonight's stream. And my patrons and anyone who is here on Sunday's stream will know. Make sure I got it shared to all the places. All right. Well, if no one else shows up soon, we'll just go ahead and get started. So, I got the idea, particularly because I started the Space Marine 2 campaign over again, that I wanted to do another homebrew. To no one's surprise, I do a lot of homebrews. I have 8 homebrews now. Well, I guess technically, now it's 9. Because I am creating my own Death Watch Watch Fortress. And I just bought the Veterans Kill Team, which I plan on playing our next Kill Team game we have, whenever that is, with C1 Raincloud, or anyone else I can rope into playing with me. But this literally just came to my front porch like 2 hours ago. So this is, I'm going to take this in because I haven't actually looked at the box. I have an idea of what I want to make each individual Marine, which chapters I want them to be from, and we will go from there. So I see we have our Sergeant, Heavy Gunner, Warrior, Fighter, and whatever that is. It's also a Fighter, isn't it? They're pretty interchangeable, from my understanding. And these are all the pauldrons that come with it. So we have Flesh Tearers, Iron Hands, Salamanders, Blood Angels, White Scars, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Mentors. Interesting. Silver Skulls, Minotaurs. Is that Howling Griffins? I'm not really familiar with the Howling Griffins. and then Raven Guard. Now, out of all of those, I'm not going to use any of them. I already have an idea of what I want to put in them. So, assuming the pauldrons are the same size, I'm just going to pull a bunch of pauldrons out of my Primaris kits. And we'll use those. But I'm excited for this. I'll begin with any transfers. Gonna need the instructions. Maybe. Well, I may not need the instructions. That'll be wonderful. I can use Primaris heads, even though these are Firstborn Marines. I'm curious what unit that is with the 2 power swords. If that's the sergeant. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so my plan is... So, anyone who's been here on the channel before knows one of my... I don't want to say one of my favorite homebrews, but it's one of my favorite homebrews. That I put the most work into is the Sons of Sorrow. So they're going to be one of these Marines. Another one will be a Son of Medusa. And then another one will be a Blood Raven. And then another, let's see, that's 3. I had to pick from a bunch of favorite chapters, and I had my patrons decide a couple. I'm going to be kit bashing one of these as a Black Dragon, which is going to be interesting. May use some chaos bits for that. And also, what was the other one? Oh, there will be a Black Shield who will be one of the original Soul Drinkers from the time before they got decimated. So, with that, I guess we can just jump in, can't we? I'll get all my torsos put together first. They look pretty simple. Okay. And obviously the one with the cape is going to end up being the sergeant. That's fine. They are super interchangeable. That's nice. A lot of the Primaris kits I've been building recently haven't been that way at all. Sup, Rushtiv? How are you faring? Have you been struck by lightning yet? Those all interchangeable too. Man, why can't the Mark 10 take notes from the Mark 9? Or Mark 8. Mark 9 doesn't exist. That's awesome. These kits are so malleable. Send a time lapse, did 20 minutes ago in Discord, pretty intense. That'll be awesome. You are a top fan. That's new to me. I saw that in the chat when I started the stream, and I was like, huh. I don't know what it gains you. 75 XP. Uh, 3 special badges. What does XP get you? It's interesting. I don't have enough subscribers for you to be able to send super chats. I guess XP just keeps you off the... or it keeps you on the leaderboard. Interesting. Oh, show off my shirt. Okay. So, this was a recent purchase. I don't know if anyone can see it. It's paint, shade, dry brush, repeat. It's kind of fantastic. Because it's literally exactly how I do things. And she's going to claim credit for buying it. But I picked it out, didn't I? Earning XP. The shit MMO. Yeah, my channel's turning into a mini MMO. Okay. There are just 5 of each. This is the firstborn kit I've ever built. And I am a fan. Extremely topical. Yes, it was purchased on Etsy. I will not be basing these yet. I have to figure out how I want to do bases. I want to do something special for them. And I know I say that with every kit I build. But it still remains the truth. So, I don't know if you were here for it, Rushtiv. I changed the team that I put in the chat, in our patron chat, just a little bit. Instead of the Flesh Terror that I had originally had an idea for. It's great. Partner's promise ring there. Now I'm saving for an engagement ring. Not an Etsy purchase. Oh, come on. What's that? Oh, I switched out the Flesh Terror Sergeant. It's going to end up being a Blood Raven Sergeant. That is the plan, anyway. I'm just gonna cut out all these body bits. Are the Devastator and Assault Squad this, like, customizable? Because there are way more options in this kit than there are in any Primaris kit that I've ever built. I don't know who to thank for that. Well, I do. Old GW before the Primarisification of everything. You can't even play Deathwatch in 10th edition anymore, can you? Because it's all the Imperial agents now. So regardless, I'm going to have to play these guys as a kill team, but it works better for them and who they are. Yeah, she did a ring she likes. $2,600 saving every paycheck. Holy cow. That sounds... that was more than I spent. I'll say that. But neither of us really have expensive taste, so it worked out, right? And I thought about getting some magnets so I could change out their loadouts a little bit, but I think I have an idea of what I want that'll fit them and their respective chapters. All you have to do is look at us and know that we don't have expensive taste. Which is good, because I spend all our money on Warhammer. I guess that makes my taste a little expensive. But that's different, right? Just cut out all these bits. I didn't even look at these pauldrons yet. There's so many options. Proceeds to get into Warhammer hobby. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Oh, there's some that weren't even on the box. Is that, is it, oh, Red Talons. They're an Iron Hand successor. What are they? Sounds of it, she's got a Disney addiction. That can be expensive too. She's not a Disney collector. She just obsesses over Disney IPs from before 2015. I really want to give somebody the shotgun, but I don't know who it's going to fit with. And I was hoping to make an Aquila kill team so that it can be kind of versatile. What chapter is that? I know what it is. They're quartered blue and red. I gotta find it. Yes, your books. Brazen Claws. Right? Or the Red Talons. Okay, Red Talons are one. So you could do either or. I just won't have any of the original chapters in mind. Books are expensive too, but at least they look nice. Like Warhammer minis. Precisely. Expensive, but look nice, unless you're a terrible painter and you just mess everything up. I can confidently say now that I am no longer a terrible painter. I am a mediocre painter. And once I get to these guys, that will shine through, because I'm going to have to do some terrible freehand. Ooh, I was afraid of that. Why did they design it that way? That is awful. I wonder if I can cut through that instead. What's up, Malidus? Summoned in the name of books and Warhammer. Two of the greatest things in existence, right? The brand new hobby knife blade. See if I can do this without destroying it. Kind of works. About to do my Ascalons like your Necrons and then cry. Please don't. I beg you. For both my sanity and yours. Sorry, I'm dying. Don't put yourself through that hell. Those Necrons need to be burned. Because they're beyond saving. Oh, you sent your time lapse. Dang. We have gotten so much rain this summer compared to the last couple of years, at least where we live. Top fans. Yeah, I don't know what the update or whatever is, but I was kind of surprised whenever I started the stream. And it's apparently you two. Because you two talk the most. Painting abilities will determine the outcome. It's not a good looking outcome at all. I'm sure it'll be fine. What I did when I first started, and even regularly now, I just watch non-stop tutorials. Even if it's not something that I'm trying, I like to be aware of certain techniques and skills. Eons of Battle is one of my favorites as far as painting content goes. Can't think of any others off the top of my head. I've definitely watched him the most. I love the way he does his Tech Marines with his Black Templars. Like how dirty they look. A great 3v3 yesterday. It was a bunch of fun. Even managed to finish in 4 hours. Not bad for having 6,000 points on the table. Whoa. That sounds insane. How big of a table do you need for a 6,000 point game? Or do you just say, it's going to be this big? Been dethroned. Yeah, I was thinking about having a 3-man free-for-all with Kill Team at some point with some people. And I thought that was going to be a lot, but... And what rules do you play? Like, which game mode? Literally just ran the standard 2K board size and turned into a bloodbath? Okay, well, my question is, who all was being played? Because that's the determining factor. The fact that you say bloodbath makes me think World Eaters, but I could be wrong. I'm really curious now. I will pull out those bits for the Black Dragon until after I start with the arms and all that. We'll get, let's see what's left, just the legs, right? Then the bodies are done. Done being cut out, I still gotta clean them up. I was saying earlier, I love how malleable this kit is. And I don't know if it's just because it's firstborn, but like the customizability and all of the pieces fitting together in any fashion I want is unmatched by any Primaris kit that I've ever made. Because it seems like every Primaris kit has to be done a certain way. except for maybe the intercessors. But even with the intercessors, you only have 5 poses you can possibly do. And it could be the fact that they're just Death Watch. Post some pics in the Discord. It was Black Templars, Dark Angels, and Knights versus World Eaters, True Bloodbath, Necrons. Didn't have a third Chaos, and Death Guard. Dang. That sounds like so much fun just to watch. Ever determined a need for any of those focal lenses or magnifying glasses? A ton of people who use them but don't know if they're useful or not. I've thought about getting a set just to try them out. Old Space Marine kits are so good outside of being short. Yeah. I thought about getting a set of the magnifying glasses to adopt the true nerddom. But I haven't committed to that. That's on the list with the Tamiya putty. But I'm willing to give them a shot. I don't know where they would be helpful outside of freehand. But that's just my thoughts. Okay. I'm going to clean these up. We can get started putting all of them together. Then I got to figure out what to do for bases. Because I always do organic bases. Rocks and stuff like that, because it's easy. And I'm not really satisfied with using just the sprue. I could do what I did with my Infernus Marines. I don't know if you guys saw that. Where I used some of the round sprue and made a pipe to stick out. Those will be sometime on stream. I don't know when. Just wonder if someone about to build and paint a lot of guard. It's worth getting a pair for my ice sake. Yeah, it might be worth it for you. Because guard models are tiny. But, like I said, I can't really give a review on them. Sand that down. Now for these guys, when I freehand all of their pauldrons, it might be something beneficial. I'll figure it out when I get done, but I don't think I'm gonna mind the short Marines. I don't think it's gonna be something that's gonna bother me. I mean, it doesn't bother me in the lore. Set a pic from near the end of the game in the Discord. Probably for my guard. Worthwhile if you feel like you want it. Oh, that's intense. This Templar looks slick. I like the knight scheme. The green and white really works. Basically only knights. And those Deathwing I see that are painted look good. No casualties till the very end. That's insane. Sounds awesome. I would have loved to have watched that. I may have to get a squad of Devita stage after this. Even though I know they're not going to be worth anything in 11th edition, but I'm kind of here for the process. I like how you guys have swapped places in the ranking now. I gotta see. You both have the same amount of XP. I don't know how all that works, or why it works. Bragging rights? I don't know why you'd want to brag about being my top fan. No casualties. How do you guys feel about knights who are independent from the Mechanicum versus those who work for the Mechanicum? Oh, sorry. We're in 40k. The Mechanicus. At least they aren't my only fans. Yeah. That just clicked in my head. I was going to say, you're not number 3 for some reason, so I don't know who is number 3. Oh, you're not on my OnlyFans? Yeah, that's a different channel. You got to dig deep for that one. For non-Mechanicum knights? As do I. Because it leaves you a little more freedom in customization and color. Use the head. Those bits here. Now what about knights with houses versus Ronin knights? You gotta dig deep for that channel. I don't make it public. It's up to you. Showing several lurkers. Does anybody have any projects that they're working on that they'd like to share? Any lore you'd like to discuss? For anyone who's interested. Houses, the whole chivalric medieval fighters thing does it for me. I agree. Ronins are cool in their own way. But I like the idea that knight houses can carry the same scheme and also fight alongside each other. Focusing on your reading goal. For anyone in here who hasn't heard already, at 200 subscribers, C1 Raincloud and I will be playing a 1,000 point game of 10th edition. I have been finding hair dangling on me all night, and I don't know where it came from. So yeah, 200 subs, we'll be playing 1,000 points, 10th edition. And any goals beyond that have yet to be determined. C1 Raincloud expressed some interest in continuing playing Kill Team in a narrative aspect, which I think would work whenever I get a Deathwatch Kill Team done, especially since he's going to be playing those terrible Necrons. I also have a Patreon if anyone would like to support me in the hobby and continuing my addiction to plastic crack. And also improving my setup, because that's becoming more and more desperate by the day. My PC is not up to par. In fact, it is quite below. It's what I get for giving a friend a budget and then having him build it for me instead of me getting something pre-built that was actually good. Probably from my girlfriend or something. Probably. No, we all know that I can't have a girlfriend. I spend too much money on Warhammer. And also, Warhammer doesn't get you girls. What specs? If I remember correctly, I'm not a PC guy. I know enough to get by. But I'm running an NVIDIA 1050 Ti. Which I am not really proud of. I'm running Ryzen 5. I know that for a fact. The fact that I'm running a 1050 is issue enough alone. Well, it's 1050 Ti, so it's basically a 1060. But I desperately need an upgrade because it barely runs Space Marine 2. And pretty much every other game I have to run on its lowest setting unless it came out before, like, 2016. Can't have a girlfriend because I spent too much money on Warhammer. Not because I'm married or anything. No, that's a secondary. I'm a PC guy. Yeah, build your own is the way to go. It's like adult Legos. It's not terribly hard. I did install my own SSD 2 years ago when my PC decided to implode. Because I was playing Daggerfall Unity and I had too many mods apparently, and my Windows completely crashed. And I was not able to operate anything. And I didn't originally have an SSD. So I bought a terabyte SSD and I put it in, and I haven't had any issues since. Yeah, F out of date. Surprised you even managed to run Space Marine 2. It was rough. Nothing rendered well at all. Everything was super blocky. But I didn't actually have any performance issues until I made it to the final planet, the Grave World. Because you were being hoarded all the time by Zangors. That was the only place I really had any major performance issues. But I still made it through. I wish I was a PC guy, but I dedicate my attention to too many other things. There are too many connection points on these power packs. There does not need to be that much sprue attached to them. It's the canonical using Legos. This 40k minis experience. Yeah, that's the way it goes. 1050 Ti is older. Say if you want to upgrade, set aside at least 2k for something that'll last you at least a decade. That's easier said than done. Because I have other adult responsibilities that I have to pay for. Like a better vehicle and tires for said vehicle. I'm actually in desperate need of tires right now. And I'm just kind of running them until they go totally bald. Because I don't feel like paying $200 for one tire. So it's kind of a problem. And here I am buying more Warhammer. Because that brings me joy. And it makes me forget about the fact that I have adult responsibilities. But yeah, I'm streaming on it. So it's doing that. And I know that's intensive. It's not something you just go out on a Sunday and throw away that money. No. No, it's not. Because cars typically have 4 tires. And if you're buying tires at $200 a piece, that kind of adds up pretty quick. I have a lot of Warhammer, but I don't even think I have that much Warhammer. Well, I might. If I did the math, I'd probably be able to figure it out pretty quick. All the reason for you to support me on Patreon, so I don't have to spend the money I make on a daily basis on Warhammer. And you guys can just buy my Warhammer for me. And I won't have to worry about it ever again. Smooth that down a little bit. Okay, that one's good. So yeah, at 200 subs, 1,000 points. I already said that I would do 1,000 points, but I almost considered dropping it to 500. Just to make things a little bit more manageable. But I don't know about the difference of rules between Combat Patrol and a base incursion game. I'm not well versed in the tabletop, so that's why people need to subscribe and get me into the tabletop. Trying to decide. Out of the chapters that I picked, which ones do you guys think I should build first? So we have the Son of Sorrow, obviously. He's going to be in the team. And then the Sergeant is going to be the Blood Raven. Then we're going to have a Black Dragon. Let's see, that's 3. Blood Raven, Black Dragon, a Son of Medusa, and what's the other one I said? Oh, Soul Drinker, who will also be a Black Shield, because he will be secretly from the original Soul Drinkers chapter before they got decimated. I have already been working on some lore. And if you want access to that lore, you can go to my Discord, where we have a lot of things. We talk about hobby, talk about just life, thunderstorms tonight. We've been talking about thunderstorms, but we haven't been talking about it. Rushtiv sent a video, and I made a comment on it. There's lore discussions, and if you get on my Patreon at $5 tier or higher, you get access to special Discord channels such as my homebrews, my work in progress models that nobody else really sees, some private discussions. There's some homebrew collaboration going on in there. If that is something that interests you. Homebrew is something that I'm really trying to push for this channel. Not really successfully because I don't have a ton of time to make homebrew focused content, but big Soul Drinkers fan. So I'd say that one. Okay, we'll do that one. There is the one Black Shield Pauldron in here that we can use. I do appreciate, even though the Primaris are upscaled, the Pauldrons are the same size for the Primaris as they are for the Firstborn. That makes my life so much easier because I only have Primaris units. Unless you count my 30k models. 4th of July around the corner. What's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. Because it's about one of the only times of the year that I can actually be lazy and eat food and not feel guilty about it. Grind those down. Making some progress there. These little tight nooks aren't very easy to get to. Christmas mostly because of my mama. But also because I love giving and getting gifts as well in the winter. Because it's not hot and there's no bugs. Okay. So I'm gonna say something slightly controversial. It's a well-known fact in our household. But I hate being cold. I would rather be drenched in sweat at 120 degrees with 80% humidity than be cold. Yeah. My name's Faceplant, and this is my TED Talk. You would agree with him. That's just where I'm at these days. It's an easy Halloween for me. I don't have any family commitments. And I get a free pass for watching spooky movies and decorating my house with skulls. I mean, you don't do that on a regular basis? You're a Warhammer nerd. Aren't you supposed to have skulls, like, on demand? It's vile. I grew up in the Great White North. It's an old adage. You can always put more layers on, but you can't take as many off. You see, everyone tells me that. Everyone tells me that. But I am just miserable when I'm cold. I would rather be butt naked in searing, burning heat than have a trillion layers on in the cold. Because if even a little bit of that cold gets through those layers, it's going to register as pain. And I don't want that. At least with the heat for me, it's like a frog being boiled. You don't notice it so much until after it hurts. Like whenever you get sunburned. I don't know. I'm the odd one out in most communities. Unless I were to live in like Texas or Florida or somewhere where they have consistent humidity all the time. Halloween people ask less questions. Always take the cold. Got 315. Is that 315 inches of snow last year? Couldn't be happier. No. No. I despise snow. It's cool to look at for a day or two, and then it can just be gone. I don't want to see it again. Bye. Psycho 2 or The Exorcist? I've never been a huge scary movie guy. Unless you're talking about like the scary movie franchise. Those are fantastic. And I will watch those year round on repeat. The one actually like intended to be a scary movie that I really enjoyed was the It remake. The first one. I haven't seen the second one. But I really enjoyed the first one. Because it was more of a thriller than anything. But I got actual enjoyment out of it. But that's about all I can handle. A24 is a godsend in the current cinematic climate. You know, I agree. I've been hearing that a lot. Actually, one of the most recent A24 films that came out that I want to see is the Warfare movie with Will Poulter and what's his face? Forget his name now. But that actually looks really good. But I haven't had time to sit down and watch any movies. But that, if I were to watch a new movie, that would be one of the first that I would sit down and watch. But A24 is doing a lot of risky things in Hollywood, and it's to their benefit. And I like that most of their concepts are relatively original. They don't ever really pull anything from anything else. Well, okay, I think we're ready to glue these. I think. Don't think I missed anything major. Okay. We'll start with our sergeant, who's going to be our Blood Raven. Which one of these breastplates, excuse me, do I want to be his? That one with the grill on it is probably going to be for the Son of Medusa. The one with the crossbones is probably going to be the one, probably the Soul Drinker. So that means probably the one with the skull. Hi, Red 9. It is gluing time indeed. Welcome on in. Putting together a Death Watch kill team. How are you this fine evening? There's grenades tucked in back there, but you're never going to be able to see them. That's unfortunate. Okay, which legs do we want to put this on? Does it matter? I don't know if it really matters. Which legs look more Blood Ravensy? There's two legs with purity seals on them. It might not matter. Let's do a quick test. Oh, well, that one doesn't fit because it's left leg back. So you've got to have right leg back for it to fit. So it could be any of these. Interesting. Not that one. Is there one that they recommend? It's the one with the skull on the knee plate. It's this one. That one could work. But I kind of like the one with the purity seal on it. That one's got a little more of a lunge to it, though. So that one would probably be for the Black Dragon. Definitely not those two. Can't use that one. So it has to be one of these two. I don't really like that one. But this one screams a little more psyker because it's got a little bit of a wider stance. We'll do that one. Okay, so that's one. Let's do, what did I say? This one will be the Soul Drinker. This one will be the Son of Medusa. Which leaves these two, one to be the Black Dragon and one to be the Son of Sorrow. So we'll go ahead and do the Soul Drinker. Get him out of the way. Okay. And legs. He's probably going to be a bit more reserved. The widest stance should probably be for the Son of Medusa, because he's going to be the heavy gunner. That's the lunging one. More so lunging. So that one's probably going to be for the Black Dragon. Soul Drinker probably won't have purity seals because doesn't really scream that he's ashamed. He's wearing purity seals. Put all the power packs on when I'm done. Alright, we'll go ahead and do the Black Dragon. Question is, should he have the one with the full neck guard? He's a black dragon. He's probably going to want to have a little more freedom. For anyone new in here who hasn't been in here yet, just a subtle reminder, or it's new information to you, that at 200 subs here on YouTube, Raincloud and I, C1 Raincloud, will be playing a 1,000-point game of 10th edition. Because neither of us really know anything about the tabletop. So, there is that. Also, my Discord is available for anyone who'd like to join. We do hobby talks, we do lore talks, we do general life talks sometimes. There's a couple game rooms in there if you want to join that. You can also find me on Patreon if you want to support me and this addiction. Anything and everything that I receive from that will go either back into the hobby or into my rig to give everyone a better experience. So, if any of those things interest you, they are available. What was the lunging one that I said? Not that one. Is it this one? This one. Nope, it was the purity set one. Okay. Okay. This one's going to be for the Son of Medusa, I already know. Also, if you join my Patreon at the $5 tier or higher, you get access to special Discord channels where you can see my personal homebrews, which I do a lot of, like a lot. We're actually working on one of those here right now. As well as take part in polls to decide what to do in the next stream. There's some collaborative content that's going on in there. And when I say content, I mean homebrews. Building some things together as our own little community. And you can see my work in progress models that I don't put here on the channel or in the Discord. Those are available to see there. I like how these all are able to stand free too. Their balance isn't all off. I might be buying some Firstborn kits after this. I've been wanting some Mark 7 helmets anyway to use on some of my Primaris. Alright, so this one is the Son of Sorrow. Okay. Oh, was there one extra of these that I didn't even notice? Oh, if you didn't want the cape. Well, I wanted the cape. So, yeah. His capes are dope. Alright, now let's decide who gets these power packs. The one with the vent should go on the Son of Medusa. For quite obvious reasons. Still a lip on that I didn't quite get off. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay. This one's the Son of Sorrow. Let's get the other ones done first. Which one screams Psyker? Skull, Inquisitorial Seal, Inquisitorial Seal with a skull, or that's like a power unit? I don't know. That one would probably be a bit more fitting for him. Also, something else I forgot. At the end of July, I am considering... Actually, it's pretty much set in stone now. I haven't set a date for it yet, but I will be having where people can submit their homebrews to me in the Discord. And I will be going over them live on stream at the end of the month. And whenever I do that, just be offering up some workshop points, some things that I like about it, some things that I feel like could be worked on, things of that nature. So if you have any homebrews that you would like to have shared with the world live on stream here, go to the Discord and submit those in the homebrew submission tab. That is where that is taking place. Let's see, that's the Black Dragon. Give him the Inquisitorial one with the skull. And this one is the Soul Drinker. He's gonna get the one with the skull. Which leaves this one for the Son of Sorrow. Because the Sons of Sorrow are like my homebrew, they're getting a little bit less attention. Okay, we're ready to move on to arms. I will put this back in my bits box. All my heads. Box of heads. I also have this upgrade sprue, but I think it's Primaris scale. I think. I mean, the pauldrons are the same size, but are the heads bigger? Yeah, the heads are just a little bit bigger. That's a Mark 7 instead of a Mark 8 helmet. Interesting. I'm half tempted to put that on my Son of Medusa. But I might wait until I get some more Primaris kits because I want to add some Primaris Deathwatch. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'll save the heads for last, but we will start. Let's see. Maladus wanted to do the Soul Drinker first. So he is my gunner. Let's see what I equipped him with. Let's see. He had the Combi Grav. What is the Combi Grav? Don't actually know what the Grav gun looks like. The only actual Grav gun I've seen is the one on the Tech Marine. Surely that's not it. Been gaming. You're good. Making some decisions here. Death Watch. Combi Grav. Images. Oh yeah, because it looks like the one. Does that even come in this kit? It looks like the one from the Tech Marine. Their bolters look super sick. I only see Plasma and Melta. So that will probably be the direction we take. Which one should he have? He's the Soul Drinker. Should he have a Combi Plasma or Combi Melta? Anyone who would like to interject their opinion. Go ahead and cut out all these packs that they're supposed to wear. They just gather ammo. Okay. They can be random, I think. I'll just cut them all. See which ones fit where. Don't lose them. It would be no bueno. So what do we think? Combi Melta or Combi Plasma? For the gunner, who is also an ex-soul drinker. Plasma is your choice. Fine with that. Also because I like painting plasma. We have 10. Yep, 10. Okay. Shave those down a little bit. Has anybody... And it may be a noob question, but has anybody drawn blood recently with a hobby knife? Because I've come very close several times, but I managed to skirt around it. Just out of curiosity. Yes, recently. Usually like to cut and snip into my hands. Have enough calluses to make it fine, but recently I was cleaning some prints. Snapped through my glove. God, blood everywhere. Sounds mildly horrific. Yeah, I have not done it yet, but I've come very close on many, 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 many occasions. It's probably not wise to be doing this barehanded, but I'm doing it anyway because YOLO. Got those. See if we can glue them. I don't think they really matter as much. Where does the groove go? You're the Son of Sorrows. You're not going to have any ranged. You're going to be melee. So you don't need any bullets. So you can have just pouches. Okay. This wouldn't be an instant. Oh gosh, there's so much glue. There, I did it. I glued it to my hand. I crossed the threshold. I finally did it. What was I saying? I don't remember. See if we can be a little more careful this time. Much better. Sweet. Got my hand on a magnetic build plate for only for my old 3D resin printer somehow. It's wild. These tiny bits, man. They're tiny and they stick. Because you can't control where your glue goes. Alright, one with minimal bullets for the Raven Guard. Or, Blood Raven. You really only have a couple options, don't you? Okay. Do that for him. I do remember the grenade belts on those Reavers were just as bad. Iffy on my Chaos Chosen conversion, but love them now that I actually started building them. I haven't built any Chosen. Which part are you iffy about? Or were you iffy about? What's up, Rank Cloud? What were the humans like before the Emperor became a thing? Well, there's two answers to that. Technically, okay, the Emperor has always been a thing. So there is that. But before he revealed himself to humanity, it was thousands of years of what you'd expect. The advent of humanity, like the age of technology and all that, didn't really need the Emperor for that. So, like, expanding to the stars, not really necessary for the Emperor to be there. So we were a spacefaring race colonizing the galaxy, and everything was hunky-dory till those dang elves had to go and ruin absolutely everything. Let's see, gotta decide on a loyalist chapter to build and make next. I won't have to spend nearly as much money for Space Marines because they aren't horde like Guard. That is true. That is very true. Are you wanting a homebrew chapter? Or are you wanting to make a canon chapter? Just making them out of fantasy kits and just adding pistols, power packs, and a few 40k heads? I see. That would actually look pretty sick. Humans weren't normal? I mean, to the extent they could be. Yeah. I mean, they were spacefaring. Dark Age of Humanity, yeah. Sort of like Frank Herbert's Dune. It's a bunch of weird tech out there in sci-fi. Fell apart and became techno-barbarians. Yeah, crap. I just dropped one of those. I don't know where it went. This is going to be fun. I'll be back. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Just fall up here and I didn't see it. Doesn't help that they're tiny and gray. Probably homebrew salamanders because they're based. Yeah, there are some. I mean, you don't have to stick with it, but there are some stipulations with that. Might be down here for a while. I'm literally down to the last one. And he needs 2 belts. And I dropped one of them. Didn't end up in my chair. Ha 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 ha. Okay. I gotta catch up on the conversation. All right. That's my normal. Yeah. Wow, you guys were quiet while I disappeared. Search the missing piece. I found the piece. Found the piece of resistance. He's only mostly dead. Yeah, he's mostly dead. One of the reasons he is alive is probably because orcs. But also, they won't let him die. But humanity was on its way up. And there was no turning back. Until elves decided to go and literally screw everything up. Literally. Okay. Ready for arms. Alright, Malodus wanted me to do Soul Drinker first. And then Rushtiv decided that he is going to have the Combi Plasma. So we're going to do that. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, like one of the sole reasons for the Emperor showing up at all was because he was trying to, well, he did, reunite humanity. And bring them back to where they were and keep excelling them. But Chaos decided they didn't want that to happen. And so they turned one of his sons. Then they turned half of his sons, allegedly. And then, without his guidance, humanity is kind of running itself into the ground as we speak. If it weren't for Gilliman, it probably already would be in the ground. Like, wiped out. Mass extinction. See, that's a right hand. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be this right hand. left hand isn't holding anything. Isn't there an Auspex hand in here? For a left hand? Did I imagine that? $78. 78. Aha. Oh, it has a mag. I thought there was an Auspex hand in here. Let me double check my loadout, make sure it's actually legal. Oh, those look sick, Malodus. I think you did well. Okay. Gunner. Combi Plasma. There's no left hand holding nothing. They're all holding swords. Yeah, they do really look sweet. Well, what am I supposed to do then? Because I thought... The only hand that's not actually mounted to a weapon has a mag in it. And this gun already has a mag, unless he's shooting it and getting ready to put a mag in it. Guess I can go that route. Guess we'll have to. I'm gonna drill these barrels before I glue them. Alright, so back on your Space Marines, Rushtiv. Hit me with what you got, lore-wise. Because I am curious. Or if you'd rather not talk about it here, we can talk about it in uh, any of the channels on Discord. If it's something you'd like to have some collab with, because I was actually writing a new campaign for the Terminus Knights today, where they are in the modern setting, which leads me to what I believe is going to be my next 40k purchase, because I have a Deathwatch kill team here, right? But what did Deathwatch do? They hunt Xenos. Do I have any Xenos that are my own that I actually like? No, I don't. So what am I going to do? I am going to buy some orcs, because I like orcs. I also like Tau, but kind of want to paint orcs. So I'm probably going to buy a box of Orc Boys. Or some... Double check this. Maybe some Storm Boys. Because I like Storm Boys. I think they're funny. And also kind of cool. Just so my kill team has somebody to hunt. Okay. I do not know the issues with the new boys kit, but the old boys kit is available as well. So if that one is better, then I can purchase that one. This is why I have you guys to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Salamanders, I haven't really fleshed them out yet. I just know I want them to be a successor to the Salamanders in some way, shape, or form. Still got to figure the details out. Well, you've come to the right place. Traditionally, outside of the Curse Founding, Salamander successors either always turn to Chaos, or they were all from the Ultima Founding. Because after Istvan, they just couldn't maintain enough Marines in order to disperse into other chapters. So that is the reason that they don't really have many successors outside of the Black Dragons and what was the other one? There's another one I can't think of the name of off the top of my head. But everyone thinks that the Black Dragons are Chaos anyway, so. Try that again. I love the aesthetic of the new ones. It's super monotones with locked weapon loadouts. And less models in the box. You only have one knob, one heavy weapon, 3 shooters, and 5 choppas. Oh, so they're not malleable. I keep using that word like these are. So I would be better off buying the old one. I may just get the Storm Boys anyway, because I like the Storm Boys. Yeah, like you have to field a mixed loadout. The old one is very old, though. You may have luck looking on eBay. Since I always see orcs cheap on there. Yeah, I do too. What is this position? I guess that's right. Did I use the wrong one? I may have used the wrong arm. It's okay. It's okay. We're all good. Personally, that Break a Boys kill team is so tempting, but I can't find them anywhere. Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to look around. I know I want some orcs. Probably not any grots. Probably boys. It looks really good. Don't know if I like it. There's one more on here. It's kind of cinched in a little bit more. I might just keep this. I like the arm out. I don't want to have his elbows tucked in. I could. No, I don't want to mess with the sculpt too much. I thought about cutting it down to a more preferable position. Yeah, I'd homebrew a successor that's probably not directly linked, but their gene seed is rumored to have come from the salamanders. Just want them to take after the selfishness of the salamanders. No, selflessness. It's very different. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, I mean, that's what I did with the Fervent Storm. They thought that they were a full-blooded salamander successor. But there was also some Iron Warriors mixed in there. All those rumors about the new wave of chapter-specific Marine sculpts. Would you ever do a live stream or video reacting to new models? I might. If that's something that people would watch, I probably would. I didn't hear that about chapter-specific sculpts. I mean, in some places it's needed, but it kind of takes away from a lot of customizability. So there would be a lot of kit bashing you'd have to do, and converting, and all that jazz. Alright, let's do pauldrons. So he's going to have the Black Shield pauldron. I really like this Black Shield pauldron. It looks sweet. Back to what I was saying, Brushtiff. It is something you can do to have it be a rumor instead of something that's verified. That's something that happens all the time in the Imperium. Because 9 times out of 10, rumors turn out to be true, and if they are true, then they'll probably turn to chaos. It's kind of what happened with Fervent Storm. Because they thought they were salamanders. Salamanders weren't sure if they were salamanders, but they didn't say no. And then they discovered that they were part Iron Warriors, and they fell to chaos. So that was fun to explain. I should have put this on first. God. Dang it. It's a good thing it's not super strong bond yet. If I had Temia, wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, unless they're Ultima Founding. If they're Ultima Founding, then you're safe. Because Call was stockpiling all of these old Gene Seed Marines. From every legion. So you're okay if you go that route. And I guess you're kind of safe if you go Cursed Founding too. Because Black Dragons. Actually, Tamia stays gummy for a while. You'd probably have like an hour or so before it really fused. That would be helpful. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way. He's a black shield, but in the cracks, I'm gonna try to put the purple in. And if it was more defined in the cracks, I would probably try to add some highlighting, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Not to a noticeable degree, though. Get back on these before they dry out on me. Okay. Outside of the head, we have our first Marine. Alright, who's next? I need to turn a fan on or something. It's getting toasty over there. It's a little better. Alright, who's next? Blood Raven, Son of Medusa, Son of Sorrow, or Black Dragon? They are all going to require Primaris bits. like the heat, Mr. Hate the Cold. Well, normally I do, but I'm sweating through all of my clothes. And I'm in my own home. Fellow son of Dorn, spiritually. I also get like no AC in my office. Have 3. Need 4. I'm sure I've got some deeper in there. Sweet. Okay. So I have those now. We decide. I don't want to do the Black Dragon just because I want to kit bash him. I think he'll be really easy to kit bash. Just cut this whole arm off. Let's see. So the Black Dragon is a fighter. So he's gonna have gun and sword. You know, I haven't even been looking at Twitch. If there's anything going on over there. My expectation is absolutely not. Oh, so there was at 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Whoops. My bad. It's all good. Just keep that pulled up. Alright. So, he's going to have the bolter. It's the same mold. That one has purity seal on it, that one doesn't. I don't think he would have a purity seal. And then the left hand is going to have a sword. We will go down, I suppose. Alright. So we'll go with the one without. Without the purity seal. And note, put pauldrons on before I put them on the torso. Okay. Let's cut these down. Might as well drill the barrel while we're here. Nice. Okay. Get this shaved. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do the kit bashing now, so I have to figure out how to cut these off without causing any issues. It'd be better just to snip them off. Probably. Maybe. Itself a flat surface. Probably not going to be the greatest bond. But I'm going to make it work. We have to taper it down just a little bit more. That looks all right. It's gonna be a pretty shoddy kit bash. Any helmets that I could stick it out on? No, they all have the Inquisitorial seal. Maybe that one. I don't want to use one of the bear heads. Actually. We'll work on that on. Go through the pauldron. Just needs a smaller connection point there. If I trim. Probably still pretty natural. Welcome to the insane ramblings of Faceplant as he tries to kit bash mindlessly. Is that better? It's a little better. As far as sticking it, I'm not entirely sure. work. It's not very sturdy. We just have to forcibly remove some of that glue. What do we think? How's that look? Very Black Dragons-y. I'm a fan. Looks alright. I'm gonna have to shave off some of that excess glue, but I think it'll be alright. It's only gonna be able to be on that arm, though. I might be able to punch one up through the pauldron. And I might be able to put it on one of these helmets. This helmet. That was a good bit till you drop it. Can't hold on to it. Sorry if there's too much silence going on. I'm super concentrated here. How about everyone else? What's everyone else working on right now? Need to walk the dog. We'll see you later, Melodis. Thanks for joining. That'll work. Wanting to read. Okay. The others should be easy after this. I knew I was going to have to put some work into him. Deathwatch Pauldron. Really work on anything tonight. I'm tired. I'm also at the point in my Dorn build where I have to make a decision on the actual what the actual cupola is going on or going to look like. I've been avoiding it. I understand that. I feel like that's when magnets would be your best friend, but I wouldn't know because I've never used magnets. I'd like to, just haven't gotten any. Almost got some for these guys. What's up, Fat Man's Kitchen? How are you this evening? Wanting to get my painting light plus some other things going before really working on stuff. So I'm waiting till after the holiday to do any real work. Fair enough. So you did pull the trigger on that light? It doesn't look half bad. I feel like I should add another claw. I'm not sure where. Could add it to the pauldron itself. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. Going to after the holiday. Sweet. I think it'll greatly improve everything you do. I don't have professional lights here, but once I got the second light and I wasn't just using the desk lamp, total game changer. Complete game changer. I could give him an E horn. That'd be kind of sick. Done that before I put the arms on. But that would have been too smart. Definitely excited for it. Also getting a cutting mat. Some Tamiya branded files, magnets, possibly some of those magnifying glasses. You're gonna have a full rig. The cutting mat was a game changer for me too. So I wasn't just doing it on the table. It's very, very useful. Too low, too low, too low. Doesn't look totally professional, but it's passable. What do we think? We got the head, we got the knee, and we got the arm. See Black Dragonsy enough? I may actually without damaging the helmet try to cut off this little point here to make it a little bit more flush. Yeah, that looks better. Alright. So that's 2. Should I go ahead and put the Soul Drinker's head on? Probably should. I don't want to paint faces, so everybody's gonna have a helmet. Don't really give you a lot of head options, do they? Just implementing my poor skills with good equipment. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of different things to make Black Dragons. I think I'm okay with that one. Hey, you're back up to number 1, Rushtiv. You and Malidus were tied pretty closely. Alright, it should be a breeze after this. I say that. Probably just jinxed it. So we'll do the Son of Medusa next. $69 and $76. Okay, those are both the same. For the Heavy Bolter and the Heavy Bolter and Flamer, we're going to use the Heavy Bolter and Flamer. Because I want to. Since my competition went to bed. Precisely. If you're anything like me, I take the victories where I can get them. It's also because I am not a competitive person. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I don't have a competitive spirit. Got a bunch of lurkers? Yeah, I do. People are furious. Good time to advertise. If you want to join in on the hobby and lore conversations, you can join my Discord. If you want to support me and the hobby and my rig, making it better to make your viewing experience more enjoyable, join my Patreon. $5 tier or higher, you get access to special stuff on Discord. So your name thing changes, and you get access to special channels like my homebrews and my works in progress, some collaborative homebrew efforts going on in there, stuff like that. Oh, and polls to vote on what I'm doing next time. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, and at 200 subs, C1 Raincloud and I will be playing a 1,000-point game of 10th edition. He said Kill Team. That may come later, but for sure 10th edition. 200 subs, we will be playing 1,000 points, because that's all I have is 1,000 points. Enough to play. How was that? That was a terrible ad. Definitely done way, 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 way better. See toothpaste sell better? Well. No, you're right. Not my best ad read. I think something's going on in the algorithm, because Raincloud said his views are way down too. And like people subbing have slowed down significantly. And I don't know if that's because my Hell's Reach video finally slowed down or what, but things have been pretty slow here on the channel for the last couple weeks. And I'm not really doing anything different, so I don't know. Ebb and flow of the internet? Yeah, no kidding. Of course, I haven't really taken this seriously until the last couple months. I think our best bet is to start with the arms. Yep, that's my goal. I'm gonna keep doing it. I was streaming to absolutely no one for a solid month. And then people started flowing in. So it's not something I'm unfamiliar with. It's okay. That is not going to fit okay. It's going to be this number. Yep, that'll work. I think I just screwed myself over with the pauldron again, though. Nope, nope, that one fits. Sweet. Yeah, it's been super great to have the little community we have, even over on the Discord. Thankful to have all you guys. It's a fun time to have conversations when I'm not working. If I'm ever not responding right away, that's usually why. Because my job kind of doesn't let me do a whole lot. Sweet. Alright, let's give him a head. It's gonna be one of these. Studded or Inquisition? We're all busy. Can't have my phone at work. I have my phone at work, I just can't really have it out. I think this one looks a little more Sons of Medusa-y. With the studs on it. Wish it came with some augmetic limbs since they're an Iron Hand successor. Oh, hi. We were talking about how there's a lot of lurkers, but nobody's really wanting to talk tonight. It's a little heartbreaking. And then I did a terrible ad read for my Discord and my Patreon. Mini face mostly. No surprise there. None whatsoever. these next two, last two, should be pretty simple. He's gonna have the Thunder Hammer, because Blood Ravens with a Thunder Hammer is awesome. Children in this economy? You're speaking facts. Children are not cheap. Alright, do we go left-handed Thunderhammer? Or right-handed? I think that's the difference. I guess right? Four, 3, 5. Oh yeah. 100%. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Four, 3, 5. Okay. Not even for all the Warhammers? 40,000? Well, maybe if we can get to 40,001, I might consider it. But we haven't gotten to that place in 30 years. $35? Yeah, 30. Almost 40. It'll be 40 and 27. Answer carefully. I do my best. That's the left hand. 663, right? Did I actually clip 87? Oh, I did. I clipped the wrong one. Whoops. Should build an army with the kiddo. Yeah, I've thought about it. I don't know when that's going to be a feasible thing. Considering the price, I'm kind of stingy. And I like the fact that everything has a place in my armies. So building an army just to build an army doesn't really appeal to me. But if there was like disposable income, I'd be a little more excited about it. It's definitely on the roster though. Somewhere down the road. Just get some intercessors. Could do that. Nerd in the making. Yeah. Except for the fact that watching Star Wars was kind of a bust. There wasn't really any interest there. Granted, we started with The Phantom Menace, which wouldn't be everybody's first pick. It would have been my first pick, but that's just me. Yeah, definitely continuing the spread, so to speak. Try Lotor. I think we tried that too. That was a while ago, though. We could try it again. There's already an interest in D&D. As often as I get asked to play with my dice. That looks really good. I love Thunderhammer so much. Where does Faceplant 104 come from? So, Wish Raincloud was here because he could tell the story too. We used to play Airsoft a lot when we were kids. And so we were playing Airsoft one day. We were out in a pasture. And I was performing some recon. And I got spotted. So I darted in the other direction. Well, this pasture was a very old pasture, so there was a bunch of wire fencing that was like buried down in the brush. And so what had happened was I was jumping over some logs and stuff, and my foot got caught on one of these wires, and I just went smack down, broke my entire kit all over the ground, and I didn't catch myself, and I got up in a daze. And so everyone saw it. They saw me running away and then me just disappearing. So that's kind of where the name came from. And then 10/4/104 is my birthday, October 4th. What's up, fat man? Got 5 Stormcasts from a starter kit. Keeping heads or something else, and putting skulls attached to wire in their place. Want to do something akin to Legion of the Damned. That would be awesome. Are you going to do a ton of, like, green stuff? For, like, the flames? But yeah, it kind of became a thing after that day. That was the same day that Raincloud actually got his name too. Again, I wish he was here to tell it. But he was the only one of us who had an actual SMG. And so he was raining down fire on all of us. You can kind of already tell where this is going. And I don't remember who it was who came out from behind a tree and just got absolutely destroyed by airsoft BBs not coming from straight ahead but from above, because this gun was so low FPS that it couldn't get any distance straight on, so you had to arc it like super hard to get any kind of range on it whatsoever. And so, yeah, that's how that came about. I think it was me, came around from behind the tree. They were like, "Who shot you?" And I was like, "I don't know, but whoever was made it rain." And it was Raincloud after that. That's where that came from. Green stuff flames, maybe replacing all the Sigmar and storm symbols with skulls or flames. That would be sick. I am not that talented in modeling. Otherwise, I would give it a go. I'd love to just do some flames, but I've talked about it before. I can't do green stuff, no matter how hard I try. Alright. So this one's gonna have a storm shield and a power sword. I want the choked grip on the power sword. Got a Dremel and Citadel skulls, so shields will be easy. The flames will be the learning process. I understand that. I'd love to do some, like, warp flames for the Blood Raven. I'd like to have some of that around him, but I just cut off the wrong cauldron. Gosh dang it, I wanted to keep those together. Why did I do that? Probably could have put some more fire on my warpsmith too, but I can't do green stuff. There's a Howling Griffin's pauldron. It's gonna be floating around in my bits box. Not that I was ever gonna pull out Howling Griffins. Oh, those look sweet. Yeah, I can definitely see a pseudo Legion of the Damned there. Alright, Storm Shield. There's a right arm and a left arm? Oh, crap. Oh. Kicking myself. Okay. That's gonna go back in the bits box. There's a cooler sword right here. Why didn't I do that? On the right arm. So it's a shield needs to be on the left. What am I working on? I am building a Deathwatch kill team. I started making some lore for them. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I'm doing it. Okay, so that's going in the bits box. We're gonna use that and this. Because, you know, homebrew is life. So, I'm homebrewing a kill team. Alright, yeah, I like that one. What's the arm that's supposed to go on the shield? $61. There it is. Depending on the humidity here tomorrow, I may end up priming these and start painting them. So I'm really excited. Not for the freehanding, though. That's going to be a nightmare. But we'll make it work. Get some contrast paints to paint some better glows. Like a little bit of a glow on this storm shield, but I don't know how I would go about it without a contrast paint. Eh. Okay. I think we're good there. Cut that off. It's a hefty shield. It's going to be interesting to paint. Okay. 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 I think we did it. Got a full kill team. All that's left is basing, but I'm probably not going to do that tonight. That's alright. Gotta figure out how I want to do that first. So we have a Son of Sorrow as the fighter. the shield and the power sword. Son of Medusa, the bolter flamer. We have the Black Shield, who also happens to be a soul drinker, an old soul drinker. We have our Sergeant, who is going to be a Blood Raven. And then, I'm pretty proud of this conversion. We have a Black Dragon. They're all going to be very interesting to me. So now I got to figure out what to do with the bases. I don't know how simple I want to go. It's something I'm going to have to figure out. But I think that'll be it for me tonight. So thank you everyone for tuning in. You lurkers and you chatters. I think we did some good things tonight. Be sure to subscribe and like the stream. Brain's kind of fried. Join our Discord, join our conversations. I'm on Patreon if you want to support me. And yeah, that's that. Thanks everybody. We will see you officially next Tuesday. Maybe before, we'll see. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. See you everybody.